while I do that. Okay, I think we're officially starting now. So good morning, everybody. My name is Heshy Friedman, and I'm happy to have everybody here join. We have about 12 people here on Zoom, and this is going to be a little bit of a different format than our typical meetings because we have, this is going to be really focused on networking, strictly networking, all about everybody just saying what they do, giving everybody an opportunity to present themselves a little longer than they typically do. I would say everybody can introduce themselves for a minute, maybe even a little longer. We only have 12 people. It's less than our typical group. So everybody can introduce themselves, and then we're going to do breakout rooms where we'll have either one-on-ones or two-on-two, whatever. We'll have a smaller groups of people together that could, chat with each other. Yitzie, I want to give you the opportunity to mention our spotlight sponsor, who is not going to be here this morning. So you have the opportunity to speak on his behalf.
Yeah, so the events in the month of May, both the live one and today's Zoom event, were sponsored by Mayor Schwartz from the Swift Staffing Group. They are a up-and-coming recruiting firm in the Muncie area, and if you are looking for staffing for your companies, or if you're looking for a job, or people who are looking for a job, both things go both ways. Please reach out to them. His name is Mayor Schwartz. He's on LinkedIn, and we will pass his information in the chat shortly.
Yeah, maybe also give his maybe his website there and his LinkedIn page there as well.
Yeah, and also I need to add in the link to the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet I'm going to add here right now is our running spreadsheet of people who have registered for the events the entire year. The page that you're going to see is the link for today's event. Make sure your information is updated, and you can contact anyone who registered and talk business. So
yeah, so you're going to email it to us? Or?
I'm gonna put the link in the chat right now.
I'm going to also add it to the email as well. It will be in the email with listing all the attendees. The idea is that you'll have everybody's information, whoever attended here. That way you can properly follow up with them, which is, I think, that's really the main purpose of this networking event, is the follow-up. It's to really develop connections and develop, relationship with other people and help grow your business that way. That's the idea of the RBBN in general. It's really, it's all about pure networking, helping people connect to each other, to other people, and letting each other know what they do and getting in leads from there. I've gotten leads directly from this group, from people in this group, and that's the idea. Hopefully we can all get from here. So without further ado, let's go straight to our attendees and let everybody introduce themselves. I'm going to call everybody. Everybody introduce yourself, say your name, your company, what you do, what type of business you're looking for, and your ideal target client and your ideal target referral. So let me turn off the spotlight, and we're going to have everybody be able to present themselves. So we're going to start off. Let's start off with with Jeff Levin, who's it's your first time here. So why don't you tell us about yourself? Tell us what you do. Welcome, Jeff.
Great, thank you so much. My name is Jeff Levin. I am in a networking group with Yitzie. That's how I found out about this. So thank you, Yitzie, for the invite. I refer to myself as the credit card guy, mostly because when I stop back into a business for the second time and people look at me like, I think I recognize this guy. I go, it's me, Jeff, the credit card guy. And then they know who I am. I work with business owners as well as nonprofit organizations to lower and more recently to eliminate the cost of taking payments made with a credit card. So we do all forms of processing, including point of sale, online ordering, traditional credit card machine on the counter. And the big thing now is passing on the cost of taking credit cards to your customers so that the merchant doesn't have to pay for it. So anybody that complains about how expensive it is when they get paid by a credit card, that's the type of business that's a great referral for me because they already have the pain point. So thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for joining. Jeff, where are you located out of? Where you're based out of?
I'm in Suffern.
Suffern, okay. Right across the state line from us.
I can almost throw a rock and reach Mawa. That's how close I am to New Jersey.
Okay. Oh,
You
you're
don't throw
welcome.
rocks.
I don't throw
Okay.
rocks, but if I were, I'd say I could throw a baseball, but I can't throw a baseball that far.
I was
Okay,
going to say, you don't look Palestinian.
No.
okay. Okay, so next we have David Prel. David, why don't you introduce yourself and welcome.
Hey, thanks so much. So David Prel from Givat Zev, which unfortunately has been getting a lot of press lately. I usually talk about real estate. My core business is real estate investments. Just yesterday, I launched a new service, and I am looking for a few alpha clients. It came about through my own company. I saw in the course of building out the business, taking on employees, we had a lot of different apps we were using, a lot of different data was floating around in different places. And I spent a lot of time figuring out how to integrate everything, how to pull everything together so that all data needs to go in one time, communication happens, everyone is completely aligned. And between the different integrations and the automations we put into place, we're able to save hours of time every day in our workflows. And it hit me that this was a service that I think a lot of people would need. Just talking to people casually, I've come across a lot of people who have, you just go on LinkedIn, you see people all the time posting about how they have 30 apps they're using on a regular basis. They don't know if they're using the right ones. So I soft launched a service that we will be doing business process auditing, helping sort out the business processes, and then aligning that with the different applications, integrations, and automations. And we're currently accepting a few alpha clients to test the process out and see how this works, and then hopefully grow it from there.
Thank you. Thank you, David. Okay. Mary Upton, is this your first time here?
It is not. It's my
Oh,
second time.
Second time. Okay. Well, I guess now you'll have to. Now you have a little more time than last time to introduce yourself. So hopefully, I won't ask you that question the next time you attend.
Perfect. Good morning, everyone. I am Mary Upton. I own Synergia Financial Group. I am an independent behavioral financial advisor. I work differently than other traditional advisors. I work with my clients figuring out what their core values are. We talk about them and make decisions based on their values so that their behaviors and their values align. And I work with a lot of female professionals. So looking to connect with other women, professionals. I do work with many social workers. And I like to let people know, especially in that field, that it is okay to make money. So my office is in Ramsey, right on North Franklin Turnpike, and I live in Mahwah.
Thank you. Okay. Next, we have Jason left. Jason is a longtime member here. Why don't you introduce yourself, Jason?
Yeah. Hi, guys. Jason Leff. Name of my company is H Harmonious. We provide personalized payroll solutions for small to mid-sized businesses. Right now, we have our eyes all the way up to the ERTC, which a lot of companies don't know and small businesses should know. 10 of my clients, I've gotten them more than $250,000 so far just from the first quarter of 2021. If you're suffering any loss from COVID in 21 versus 2019, if your gross receipts are down by 20% or more, you can get up to $7,000 of salary per employee per quarter. So it's definitely something to look into. A lot of accountants are not looking at it just because they're so busy with all the tax work that they're doing. Some payroll companies are. I have my clients in mind. I speak to a lot of people. They just never heard of the ERTC. If anyone has any questions about it, please reach out to me. I've learned a lot about it, spent a lot of time understanding the law, how it works, and how to get people back, get people money back.
Thank you, Jason. Okay, next, who's going to be next? Okay, all the way from Baltimore, Rob Waxman. Rob just got a shout out from me last night. For many of you, some of you have seen that. But why don't you introduce yourself?
Good morning, Heshy. Yeah, thank you very much. It's good to be here. So I'm Rob Waxman, print27.com. I've been printing since 1988. I guess everybody's probably seen my post, but basically I print on anything, all kinds of apparel, promotional products. I don't print on matzah, if you've seen that post, but everything else, yeah, doing it a long time. We do printing, a lot of stuff in Baltimore, a we actually do print a lot of stuff in Lakewood. We print in the Bronx, Florida, all over the country.
I think Rob has the longest title on LinkedIn that I know as well.
Hey, Rob,
Right.
get Oriole t-shirts. We're all Baltimorean.
Yeah, we just did a cicada t-shirt.
Oh,
We're the epicenter of the cicadas. You'll see them, Heshy, when you come up, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much for joining. And I always thanks. Rob always gives me shout outs on LinkedIn and tags me in posts whenever somebody's looking for website work. So I got to publicly thank you, Rob, right here as well for all your shout outs to me all the time.
My pleasure.
Okay. Okay. Next, we have, let's see, Michael Schlager, all the way from the background of Boynton Beach, but really not.
Hi, Michael Schlager from Passaic, New Jersey. My company's Hiring Solutions Group. We do what my wife likes to call forensic recruiting. We just worked on a search where they were in a certain part of Michigan that's pretty far away from everything. And we had to find somebody that was willing to work up in that weather condition, which was quite cold. And we found somebody after 3 other recruiters worked on it. We found someone for them in, I believe it was a little under a week. And they're in final talks today. God willing, it'll go well. Before that, we worked on a paralegal position where they basically said, you don't have to find somebody without competition. There's very few competitors. And we found a key person from the competitor. Guy's been on with them for a month now. He's the best employee they've ever had. Productivity is way up. They're just blown away by how good he is. He feels like he's part of the family for a year already. And we try to find that intrinsic match. And we do a lot to try to project based on where they want to go, not based on who they had before. We want to correct for that, but it's very important that you get intimately involved in what we call the collaborative search process. Thank you.
Thank you. By the way, your background's amazing. I mean, I don't know how you set that up to look so real.
Yeah. I even get the heat. The heat is part of it also. I might actually go in soon because it's defaulting.
Show off.
Okay.
Celebrating my mom's 90th birthday down here, so I deserve to be. I'm going to take the other parts of it as well.
All right, enjoy the weather there.
Thank you all.
Okay, David Jassy, welcome, and David's our first. He's our first. He logged in first before everyone, so we really should have given him the first spotlight here. But all right, well, it's never too late. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you for giving me the floor. First and foremost, I want to thank Heshy. A couple of weeks ago, you had Yitzie, the business coach, on. I've been working with him for a couple of weeks. It's really amazing. So thank you so much for that interrupt.
By the way, he's talking about Isaac Bardos,
right?
AKA Yitzie.
Yes, he's really amazing. If anybody's considering a business coach, I'll be happy to talk to everybody on what that experience is like. That's a whole conversation itself. It's really fantastic. I've been running a video production company for 25 years. We produce videos from concept to completion. My background is CNN, MTV, CBS, current affair. I come from a broadcast background. So when I talk to Michael Schlager, who's in the employment business, I'll be telling you, when I'm looking for a producer and I'm looking for an executive assistant to work along with us, it's got to be in the professional world. I was going to get to what I need at the end, but since Michael just spoke, I wanted to mention that. So we've produced videos for everybody from law firms, colleges, a lot of nonprofits, everybody from OHEL and High Lifeline, everything from the social media video to the virtual event. And I guess Greyhound said it best when they said, leave the driving to us. That's kind of what we do is you come to us with a problem. We figure out the type of video you need, whether it's an animation or whether you should really just shoot it on your phone. And then we start with the end in mind and we produce the video you need. So that's what we do. So if you or anybody, needs video, we'll be happy to talk to you. And if anybody knows a producer or an executive assistant or marketing people, we're in the market for all those people. I've been interviewing candidates. So if you know good people, I'm definitely interested. Thank you for your help.
Just a shout out, by the way, I've been seeing a lot of David's videos lately, and he does top notch work. This is the real deal. If there's somebody out there who knows video, who can do good promotional videos, he's the man for that. So just figured out.
And by the way, if anybody knows anybody who does like lower budget videos, I'd love to refer it to them, because we get a lot of calls for some things that, I mean, we're not always huge budget. We're very fair and very nicely priced, and we give a lot for the money. But sometimes people are looking for really low budget stuff and they call us. And I'd love to be able to refer that to somebody. So if you know somebody in the video business who's like starting out and looking for work, let me know, because maybe I could hook them up.
All right.
By the way, that's part of Isaac's advice when I said to him, I'm getting the wrong, demographic. Sometimes people are calling me at a lower rate. And that was the suggestion I got from him yesterday. He's very helpful.
Okay.
I just want to say that I actually, can I just mention something? That's okay?
Sure. We got
David made the video for Sinai Academy, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
And the gentleman that was in that video goes to my shul, the Aguda in Passaic, and he just told me what a pleasure it was to work with David. So I just want to add that.
Oh,
that dimension.
thank you. That's a blast from the past.
Yeah. I think it was a father and son.
Academy, so thank you for that too.
By the way, we helped them go from $1 million to $2 million in fundraising. The first year we worked with them, we happened to have done a lot more than branding. A lot more than video. We actually rebranded them, and their tagline, "A uniquely special education is ours." So something we're very
nice
proud
touch.
of.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I appreciate it.
Okay. Next we have David Landau. David, welcome.
Thank you. My name is David Landau. As I mentioned before, I'm originally from Baltimore, but I've been living in Toronto for the last 19 years. The name of my company is DZ Taxes, and my main focus on my company is personal tax preparation. I'm also the controller of the Beis Yaakov Elementary School, which has 950 girls, one of the largest Jewish schools outside the tri-state area. And if you know any Canadian expats who are looking for tax help, or anybody who needs, payroll discussions, planning, I have a lot, significant experience in budgeting for nonprofits. So that's really where my and for those of you who know me from LinkedIn, I'm always happy to share my 2 cents.
So you service both the United States and Canada, correct?
The tax preparation is only in Canada. I don't do U.S. tax prep.
Okay.
But
the consulting is
yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay. When did they close? They finish the curfew? I think they're almost done with that, right?
In Montreal, the curfew. We don't have a curfew, but our schools are closed. Our kids are in basements right now. Our stores are only selling essential items. Which means that if you need underwear or shoes or boots in the winter in Toronto, or you want to get crafts for your kids because they're not in school, I'm sorry, that's not essential. You cannot buy that.
Wow.
That's been going on for over a year, huh?
It is a nightmare. Is not the word.
That's a good way to promote a good economy in Canada.
Well, we feel for you, and hopefully you'll be out of there soon.
Amen.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Next, Chaim Book. Chaim is one of our longest standing members, and he actually was the original one to give me the idea to let's do just a networking only event, which we're doing now. So Chaim, I'm glad you're able to join us here. Chaim, welcome.
Thank you so much, Heshy. I appreciate it. My name is Chaim Book. My law firm is called Moskowitz & Book, and I'm an employment lawyer. I am the person you call when you want to find out, can I require my employees to be vaccinated, which is probably one of the most common questions I'm getting asked these days. Or can I tell everybody to come into the office without masks, which is the second most common question I'm getting these days. But we help businesses muddle through the very difficult and increasingly complicated world of employment law. We help employers try to set up proper policies and help them understand how to pay people properly, what forms they need to have, what agreements they need to have in place. We help them with the agreements. We tell them to speak to great people like Jason Leff to make sure that they have a good payroll system set up. Hi, Jason. And we are involved in helping folks separate with their employees to make sure that they don't get sued for discrimination or for failure to pay properly. And we also have a side of our practice where we counsel individuals, mostly executives, with respect to employment agreements and separation packages. I'm also available to give talks to small groups of employers to help them understand the increasingly difficult and complicated world of employment law. Again, my name is Chaim Book, and I'm happy to answer questions or to help people out with difficult situations that they are facing.
Okay. Thank you, Chaim. Good to see you again. Okay, next we have Malia Fivelson. This is her first time here. She's listed as J-Tribe Radio, but I just attended her virtual event earlier this month, so it's great to actually have you here as well and join us. Thank you for joining. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, thank you so much for inviting me to this. So my name is Malia. I'm on LinkedIn and I'm a connector. So I created a radio show called Hebrew Hits. I've traveled to the biggest radio stations in the country from New York to California. I visited them and I decided, why don't I start creating my own network? So from that, I have right now 50 episodes. And because of my radio show, I decided to create a networking event. So I created a trade show called Hit Connect, where I met Heshy, and it was a virtual event. I was in the purple world, so I did it with Yitzie, and it was a really successful event, thank God. And now I'm working, so that is like I want to do once a year, a trade show. And now I'm working on building a bigger network with news and with more media and more different hosts. I want to have a few shows, and yeah, I'm working with some people and with a business mentor to help actually make it happen. So that's what I'm working on right now.
Thank you, Maya. Great to have you here.
Thank
you.
you.
Are you looking for anything or anybody? Are you looking for guests? What is there anything we could help you with?
So for my Hebrew Hits show, I have my guests already, like a bunch. I mean, I'm always looking for guests, so for sure send them my way. My show, the theme of my show is it's what you do with what you have that makes a difference. So what that means is that every single person in this world is given a challenge, born into a specific type of family. They may not like, they may love, doesn't matter, but everyone's given a challenge, right? Everybody, we're all human. And we have two choices. We could either fail and become victim to all those, or we could overcome it and succeed and become super successful. So I have people on my show that show no matter what they went through, they are going to overcome that and succeed. And that's really the focus of my show. And then moving on to my network, that's really what I'm focused on building right now. That's where I'm putting all my attention. And right now it's still the beginning stages. So for my radio show, I do the producing, I do the audio, the video, I do the editing, I do everything for that. But for my network, I'm obviously going to need to have a bigger, I'm trying to create like another Fox, another CNN, but obviously not where they're saying, not with their values, with the values that I believe in. So I'm working with different media people who actually are on Fox, on MSNBC, to actually make it happen so that I could have news that people trust in again. People don't trust the news anymore. And it's very, very sad to see lies in the media completely, like, especially what's going on now with Israel. Complete lies, blatant lies. And people are believing it. So I'm just like so tired of it. And I'm like, you know what? People keep messaging me and they're like, you have a voice. Like, people like to listen to your show. Just do something. So I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. Interviewing an ex-IDF soldier today. And I'm starting to, show a little bit more that I do more news. And then hopefully within like a few years, like once I get this whole thing established, I could actually put out this awesome new network that people will finally believe in the media again.
Thank you, Maya. Okay. I just want to point out again, and if you look at the chat, Yitzie, Paris posted the link again to all the attendees. Please make sure your information is in there and updated, and use that to have everybody else to connect with after the event. Again, for all those who joined after we started the program, we're doing focus strictly on networking care. You can give a minute introduction of who you are, what you do, what your company is, and who your target target networking connection and client is. Okay, moving on. Rafi, good to see you again. Rafi, welcome. I did enable screen sharing for you to present yourself.
Thank you very much. You can hear me, right?
And we can hear you great.
All right, what?
Now you can hear me and you can see me and you can do anything. So I've run my digital marketing agency for over 20 years. I started up in the late 90s. And we morphed from website design and development into marketing. And people have been asking me through the pandemic and before, what exactly is digital marketing and what are you doing? So the old school sales and marketing funnel is basically you put in all your sales and marketing and you poop out customers. And the problem with that is that you never ever stop marketing to prospects or to clients and keeping them delighted. So I made up this new marketing strategy, and this has been incredibly helpful. We do everything from SEO to PPC to email marketing to social media. And then people want to know, okay, what's your process? And I've made this up into a nice, neat little 7-point program. So I just wanted to thank Heshy for being a friend for probably 20 years now.
A long time, yeah. I think we started working.
It's weird because I look 20 years older and you look 20 years younger. That's what's weird to me. But I'm specifically looking for real estate companies, lawyers, and IT companies because IT firms already have their the voice into their clients' heads, and I have a whole entire partner program that I started up during COVID that's been working incredibly well. Rafi Salem. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Rafi. Okay, next we have Ann Genovese. Ann, welcome again, and good to see you.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm Stephanie Chapman also sends her hello. She had an appointment, but I'm first going to tell you about my first business, which is Lily Martin Care. We're a private concierge home health care company. I'm a registered nurse and we help families find caregivers and caregivers find families. We have nurses, LPNs, RNs, we have live-ins, aides, companions, drivers, social workers. We do grief counseling, anything somebody needs in home, we're here to help, and we can also go into facilities. I'm looking to meet if you guys, anybody can introduce me to any doctors, case managers, especially in the tri-state area, especially in the boroughs in New York City, that would be awesome. So that's my Lily Martin hat. And now I'm going to be Stephanie. And I'm going to be, we're also realtors. Because of Lily Martin Care, we had a client that asked us to sell a home.
By the way, we're going to charge you double. For
That's
this.
okay. I am Stephanie, and look, I'll change my name even. But we do.
But
both.
who do you identify as?
I identify as Stefan.
I don't know if you can ask that question today.
Like that.
This is 2021. We don't judge.
That's right. That's right. So basically, we're realtors also. So we're here to help whatever way you can. That's it.
Hey, thank you.
See, nice and short,
you can
Heshy.
put, yeah, absolutely. You can actually put Stephanie's, information. Make sure she's there, well represented in this.
Oh, she
spreadsheet
is.
as well. Okay.
She is.
Okay. Okay. Chaim Saperstein. Chaim, welcome. Chaim, I think you're on mute. Oh, there you are. You're back.
Hi, I'm Chaim Saperstein, Front Page Magazine. This is our publication. In our 17th year of publication, we have a very loyal readership.
17 years?
This is our 17th year. You remember when we started?
I do. I was there in their office with you.
I know. Oh my goodness. Yeah, 17 years. Anyway, so yeah, actually this September we're going to start our 18th year. It's crazy. So yeah, we do have an extremely specialized and loyal readership. There are people who like our article-based magazine, which is a departure from the other weekly publications. Our pitch is to, if you want to reach everybody in the greater Muncie area and in Passaic, you have to advertise to all the different segments of the population, and ours is the best one for the population that we cater to. So make sure to add us to your advertising schedule. Chaim Saperstein, Front Page Magazine.
Okay, thank you, Chaim. Okay, next we have Mark Spitz. Mark, wow, it's been a very long time since I've seen you in person. It's too long. At least I get to see you virtually. All right.
Hey, yeah, thanks, Heshy. Always a pleasure. Good morning, everyone. It's certainly a pleasure to jump on with you guys. So what do? Well, I work for a leading provider of document and information management services. And what that means is we're experts with something called digital transformation, which in layman terms means helping companies digitize their files, automate processes, and we also provide a lot of actionable analytics. What we see nowadays is that many companies are still relying on using email to really manage their information and their tasks. Sometimes they're even storing some really important files, be that contracts and other kinds of maybe sensitive HR files in their email. And they really don't know what's going on in their organization. So some are actually using like CRM systems like a Salesforce or other niche systems. But what we do is we fill the gaps in those systems. So in a nutshell, if anyone is challenged with dealing with lots of information or files and they're performing a lot of manual processes, data entry or trying to figure out, where their organization is, those are the areas that we can help. And I'll just mention in terms of the different verticals, we're very strong in healthcare. We do a lot in legal, financial, mortgage companies, education, care facilities, and many other industries. So I'll be certainly happy to, if anyone has any questions or curious, reach out and I'll be more than happy to try to see if I can help.
Thank you, Mark.
I have a legal client that might need your services. I'd love to hear about what other law firms you've helped out. So please follow up. Thank you.
Sure. I also like this is this whole last year or so, like this, you're in a very prime industry right now where everything is virtualizing and being digitized.
Yeah. So we actually not only do we, it's been, unfortunately, COVID has had extremely negative impacts, but I can tell you that it's really fueled our industry. Many companies are taking what we call digital transformation to really the next level. So it's not just about providing remote employees with the abilities and tools to work remotely, but it's also about providing them with the tools and the measures to know what's going on within their company, who's working on what, where things are, and so on. So yeah, it's been really, really great.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Okay, next we have Mickey Cohn. Mickey is one of our best promoters of the RBBN. He's always shouting out, letting people know about our events. And Mickey, I hope you enjoyed your Gatorade. I don't recognize you without the beard, but I recognize the background on the yarmulke. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, we had a change of scenery. We shaved, but don't worry, it's going to grow back in a matter of time. Hey guys, I'm Mickey Cohn. First of all, new merch. We got a new shirt, Unicom shirt.
Hope you got that from Rob Waxman.
Yeah, listen, it happens to be a coworker of mine does it, but I'm definitely looking forward to reach out to Rob. And there's many people that use his service, so definitely looking forward. But anyways, my name is Mickey Cohn, the phone guy. In short, we're helping companies with phone systems, having a cloud-based phone system, and having a proper system lets you have proper communications amongst employees, being able to handle a proper customer service. So that's basically what we do. My focus, sorry about that. My focus is to figure out how to help your company or the company you work for, give them a free analysis, which means I could take a look at a copy of your telecom bill, your phone or internet bill. Even if you're under contract, we're a team of people here who are not biased to what company you use. I can elaborate more in detail, not looking to bore you all, but I'm happy to say the last RBBN event that was by, I was able to help someone out. We got going. I don't have permission to mention her name yet, so I won't, but the RBBN definitely works. So my name is Mickey Cohn, the phone guy, helping your company with a better customer service. Thank you.
Thank you, Mickey.
It was nice to speak to you on the phone the other day, and I'm just checking in to make sure you said hello to your father for me.
Definitely.
Please do.
Will do, will do.
Remember our conversation, he is the face. We
I
spoke on the
didn't-
old-fashioned way on the phone.
I didn't forget. It was a great conversation. Looking forward towards another one, and I hope I can bring you some business.
Vicky, did Robert Waxman make your polo shirts?
No, there's a guy in the company. His fiance does it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have Mati Hecht. Welcome. I see you're already on the spotlight, so you can just continue.
Okay, thank you. Hi, I'm Mati Hecht, and I am a nurtured heart approach coach. What that does is create connections, undo all the ways that we connect, naturally, which is focusing on what's going wrong and pointing out to everyone what's happening wrong, and trying to recalibrate that whole connection thing, and the work on creating relationships with what's going right. And this works both on the home base with your own children, but also we're trying to bring it to the next level on the business level, where we transform the whole business atmosphere, where employers can notice what the employees are doing and credit that, and that creates a whole better environment of wanting to accomplish, as opposed to like making them accomplish what needs to be done because of all the criticism of what they're not doing. So that's me. I'm Mati Hecht, and I also am a college teacher on the side. So wear many hats, and I do adult education on many different topics. That's me in a nutshell.
Where are you located out of?
I'm in Muncie. I'm in the lower Muncie area.
Okay.
So that's my home base, and I do lots of Zoom as well. So it's home base but virtual as well.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Next we have. Let's go to the attorneys.
I'd just like to say that.
Sorry.
If I could just say that I spoke to Mati. I spoke to Mati. My wife and I went through the Nurtured Heart Approach courses, and when I spoke to Mati, she really knows what she's talking about, and it was just a nice experience. Just want to mention that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Next, let's go to Michael Beer, the traffic. What's your profile say? The traffic attorney.
Right. Thank you, Yitzie and Michael and Heshy for continuing this great program that you have. Everybody hear me?
Yeah, we hear you great.
Okay. So firstly, I want to say that a lot of the people that are on here are people that I've communicated with both online and offline. David Jassy, I think we saw each other about a month ago on the street in Cedarhurst. We have been speaking for about a year, and we finally had a real meetup and not just a virtual meetup. And Rob Waxman, he sold me these magnets that are over my shoulder. I'm going the wrong way, right here, right, Robert? I have a educational side where I teach about how to avoid traffic tickets, not just fighting them. And I have a little website called Traffic Ticket Professor, and Rob made me these magnets that I put on cars and all that. Chaim Book, I do some business with Chaim. I refer him some employment stuff. He refers some traffic stuff to me. It's all good. So traffic tickets, I fight traffic tickets for drivers, Lyft, Uber, for hire vehicles, truckers, bus drivers, and also individuals that get tickets. New York City, upstate, Long Island, try to keep it all in New York, but I do have referral sources in a lot of other places. So if you know anybody that has a ticket, or even I'm looking to network with insurance brokers, trucking company executives, dispatchers, so that I can get referrals from their drivers. Thank
What
you.
happened with my son's ticket, Michael?
We'll discuss it offline.
Okay. Thank you, Michael, for joining. Okay.
Thank you.
Next, Jonathan Schloss. Jonathan, it's good to see you again. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Hi, I'm Jonathan Schloss.
How come we don't see you here? Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, but we don't see you.
I see him.
I see him.
Okay. Okay.
There's a cool carpet behind him.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Jonathan Schloss. I'm from the law firm of Schloss & Schloss. We have a small law firm here in Rockland County. We're situated in Muncie. We handle business disputes, real estate disputes, but we also put things together as well. Businesses buying out other businesses. We have a subspecialty of liquor licensing, which is buying, selling restaurants, bars, bodegas, things like that as well. I work with my father. I work with a full-time paralegal, a couple of per diems, and we get it done. What can I tell you?
All right, thank you. Good to see you again. I think we went through everybody here.
Good for you.
And you also. Let's see. Let's see if is there anyone else besides from me and Yitzie who have not introduced himself. I think we have everyone here. Okay. All right. So Yitzie, that leaves you and I. Why don't you go first?
Good.
You want me to go first? Okay. Actually, I'm going to take a cue from Rafi Salem and Chaim Saberstein. We're going to make this a little visual. I'm just going to share my screen with you for a second, and I'm going to show you exactly what I do, and that hopefully will, okay, this is what I do. This graphic right here, that visual representation will hopefully give you the idea here. Website design and development is the core of our business, and it's basically helping companies develop a professional web strategy. That means making sure that they're visible online, they're what people are looking for, their clients are looking for, is well represented on their website and on their web strategy. So mainly website design and development, but also the website maintenance, making sure the website's healthy and up to date, SEO, making sure that there's content strategy there as well, which is a big part of SEO, writing the content for websites, social media, reputation management, email marketing campaigns. The idea of what we're really doing is we try to be full service. Client comes to us and they don't exactly know what they want. We'll help them with the content. We'll help them with the logo. We'll really help them, build a professional presence, because today the main real estate that people have is in fact their web presence, because it's a lot of the companies are not in their fancy midtown offices anymore. They're working, and everyone's looking to see what they do, how they do it, and the website has to properly represent their company, and they have to build a professional appearance to the people looking them up. So that's what we do. Heshy Friedman, Radial Creations. I've been doing this since 2002, and built a very big client base. In the meantime, a lot of people here on the list here are my clients, and I appreciate all your business. Many of my clients are actually repeat clients, meaning they'll come back to me, every 4 or 5 years. And I have some clients where I'm already on their 5th iteration of their website. So anyways, Heshy Friedman, Radial Creations, website strategy, www.radialcreations.com, and you can find me on LinkedIn, heshylinkedin.com. Thank you very much. Yitzie, you're next.
Okay, so I got the next 20 minutes right now. My name is Yitzie Pariser. I love to make people laugh. I help Heshy sell websites, but I also do a bunch of other things. I'm in the marketing field, and I'm also getting into event planning now. People have reached out to me about doing networking events in Brooklyn and other places, and we're setting those things up hopefully in the coming months. I like to be busy, so if anyone needs my help, different projects, let's have a chat. Every day's a different day. Okay, now we're gonna go into the breakout rooms. You wanna give me controls?
Yeah, let's just do a picture of everybody together here. Let's put it on. Everybody, if you can put yourself on gallery view, and then just everybody smile. We'll do we have 2 screens here. Take a snapshot, press Alt Print Screen, and then bring it in, and then just paste it anywhere. You can make a JPEG out of that. You can also use Windows Snipping Tool to do that. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, smile. And you can share it on social media, and that's the idea here. Okay, I think we got the pictures. I hope everyone else got the pictures.
Mine didn't work.
No, I'll send it to you. It's fine. Anyone who needs a picture, let me know and I'll send it to you.
Actually, before you do breakout rooms, I want to thank you guys for having me, but I need to jump off early. I apologize for that, but I have nothing major, but I have a bit of a fire to put out. So thank you guys for having me. Have a great day.
Fire sound major.
All right, thank you. Well, thank you for joining, and we'll send you a recap in the email.
Okay, I have a lower grade fire, but I'm speaking tomorrow, Heshy, at 7:15 a.m. If anyone wants to join my BNI Zoom, I put the information in the chat.
Okay, thanks for sharing. And maybe I'll send that out as well.
Thank you.
In the email. And last, before we get to the breakout rooms, Yitzie, let's tell them about we're now doing both in person. We had our first in-person event. I know many of you are from out of town, so that's why this Zoom event is important. But we actually, for those in the Rockland area, North Jersey, we've actually met in person for the first time earlier in the month. We're going to be alternating Zoom meetings and in-person meetings. So if you can make it in the Muncie area, in Rockland, it's going to be every month. Come join us live. There's nothing like live networking. We all missed that for a year, and it was so good to see everybody back. I want to also take a vote here. You know, Yitzie and I were talking about this format as to do this once in a while. I want to, like, obviously presenters are good. I think this is good. I would be, I would love to continue alternating between like this, strictly networking, where everybody gets to spend more time introducing each other in breakout rooms, and then also have presentations as well. We can alternate. I want to hear other people's opinions on that. So feel free to, I don't know if there's a voting tool here, but feel free to mention it. Yeah, show your hand. If you want to keep this format on a regular on an alternate basis, go show your hands up or
You
thumbs
could
up.
just put the comments in the chat. You could have people just put comments in the chat.
Okay, say yes or no, or you know, you want presenters, you don't want presenters, you want to alternate, and we're going to look at the feedback from everybody. One of the we definitely have a smaller turnout now than we usually do on Zoom because I think the presenters bring their own interest, their own people as well. So I think that helps with the promotion. So I'm going to keep that in mind. Like the previous
You
event
also
we had
get
like 40
the
people.
more intimate crowd.
Right. This is an advantage too. That with a smaller group, we get a more engaged audience as well. So
Yes, you don't think the start of the live events impacted the showing up to the Zoom events?
I'm sorry?
You don't think restarting the live events also impacted the
It's very possible that could be as well. Some of the people who went to the live event, you know, have no interest in coming to the Zoom event because they already absolutely. That's very possible.
But we also have people from outside New York who are coming onto the Zooms, like you, for example. You're in Israel, and Eduard Freilich is not here today, but he's usually
comes
here.
on.
And
Yeah,
we have a bunch of people
there's no way he can come. Correct.
come from Texas and from Chicago and from
Toronto, Baltimore, even Brooklyn. You know, somebody from Brooklyn doesn't want to schlep up in rush hour, you know, and leave at 7 a.m. So I hear that too. Or Cedarhurst, or you know.
Okay, so before you go to the breakout rooms, our next live event is on Tuesday, June 8th, and tentatively our next Zoom event is on Tuesday, June 29th, if I got that right. We're always looking for more people to do presentations at the different events. If you have someone in mind, please let me know. We have our June 8th a presenter already lined up, which you will see in the email going out tomorrow.
By the way, we're looking for people to present topics that can really run the gamut, that can help everybody. We're looking for that. That's what we're looking for.
Yitzie, what time on June 8th is the live event? I just want
9:30.
9:30. Excellent.
Okay, I'm going to stop recording. Yitzie, I'm going to give you the controls. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. And don't leave yet. We're going to do the breakout rooms, and everybody's going to have more.
I've got court in 5 minutes, so I got to run.
Okay, so thank you for joining. Thank you for everybody who's here. Whoever is still able to stick around for the breakout rooms. Thank you very much, everybody.
I have controls. Okay.